The text came in at 11:47 p.m. I'm here. He doesn't know, right? My wife's phone was on the kitchen counter, face up, vibrating softly against the granite. She was in the shower. Steam curled down the hallway. I stared at the screen like it might blink and tell me I was misunderstanding everything. I shouldn't have looked. But I did. That's how it started. The moment my marriage cracked open in silence. She had told me she was spending the night at her friend Sarah's place. Girls' night, she said, smiling too casually while tying her hair back. She kissed my cheek, grabbed an overnight bag she almost never used and walked out the door. I remember thinking it was strange she didn't invite me to say goodbye properly. No lingering hug. No I love you. Just gone. At first I blamed myself for the unease. I told myself I was being paranoid, insecure. We'd been married 8 years. We'd survived layoffs, miscarriages, my father's death. Trust was supposed to be the one thing we had left untouched. But the night felt wrong. I called her once around 10. No answer. Then again at 11. Straight to voicemail. I sent a text, everything okay? And watched it stay unread. My chest tightened with a familiar dread I hadn't felt since our worst fights. That's when I noticed her phone. She'd left it behind. She never left it behind. When the message came in, my hands started shaking before my mind caught up. I didn't recognize the name. Just an initial. No emojis. No flirting in the words themselves. But the timing, the secrecy, the way my stomach dropped. It told me everything before I was ready to hear it. I didn't unlock the phone. I didn't need to. The truth was already loud enough. When she came home the next morning, she smelled like a different soap. Her hair was damp like she'd showered somewhere else. She smiled, asked if I wanted coffee, and started telling me a story about Sarah's dog getting sick in the middle of the night. I watched her lips move, wondering how easily lies could sound like love. Did you have fun? I asked. She hesitated. Just half a second. Yeah. We talked all night. I nodded, even though something inside me was splintering. Over the next week, the signs stacked up quietly. She started guarding her phone, turning it face down, taking calls in the bathroom. She laughed more, but not with me. At night, she lay stiff beside me, like touch had become an obligation. I replayed memories I once cherished. Late nights. Inside jokes. The way she used to reach for my hand in public. Now they felt like props in a play I didn't know had ended. I finally broke when I saw the hotel charge on our shared account. One night. Local. Paid in cash for extras. I waited until she sat down across from me at the kitchen table. My voice didn't sound like mine when I spoke. You didn't stay with Sarah. Her face drained of color. For a moment she said nothing. Then she whispered, I didn't want to hurt you. That was the moment the last illusion died. She told me everything in pieces, like ripping off bandages one by one. He was a friend. Someone from work. Someone who understood her. She said it only happened once. She said she felt lonely. She said she hated herself for it. I listened numb while my heart argued with my pride. I lied, she said, crying now. I stayed with him. I wanted to scream. Instead, I asked the quietest question of my life. Was it worth it? She didn't answer. In the days that followed, the house felt hollow. Every corner echoed with who we used to be. I saw her guilt, her regret, but I also saw something else. The fact that she'd chosen someone else when she thought I'd never know. Love didn't disappear overnight. That was the cruelest part. It lingered, tangled with betrayal, making every decision feel like a wound reopening. In the end, I chose myself. I told her I couldn't be the man who stayed after being replaced in the dark. I packed a bag. Not in anger, but in grief. As I closed the door behind me, I realized something painful and freeing at the same time. She lied to protect her secret. I walked away to protect my soul. And for the first time in a long time, the silence felt honest.